Dear students, we welcome you to the third unit of the disaster management subject. So where we are going to discuss the interrelationship between disasters and developments. So whenever we are planning to have any developmental project that might end up in a disastrous way, and even after some disasters are there you can expect some developmental activities to take place. There might be capability building or rebuilding the living space. Such things may be there. So in this unit we are going to discuss in detail about the factors affecting vulnerability, the differential impacts that are there, impacts of development projects such as dams or embankments, change in land use, how the land use has changed over the years, and how to prevent, to safeguard the people, the public, all these things will be discussed. Climate change adaptation is something. The winter is becoming more colder, the summer is becoming more hot, and there are erratic climatic conditions. So this is due to the emissions that are happening in the greenhouse gases, the global warming that is taking place, that is contributing to this climatic change conditions. And how do we adapt to this condition, that we'll see. IPCC scenario is intergovernmental policy for climate change. This is a set of findings that have been given by the scientists around the world. It is some 8,500 pages of reports have been submitted by the scientists, warning the flooding that can take place, or the rise in sea levels due to the changing climatic conditions. So it is important that we take note and adapt the changes. We implement a lot of changes to reduce the emissions. And also in this unit we will be talking about the indigenous knowledge of how to save our country at a risky or a crisis condition, with a basic knowledge, without relying upon the knowledge or any materials from the outside country or the foreign countries, with the materials or with the herbs, with the facility that is available in our own country. How to tackle the problem, the crisis situation is discussed in this unit. Appropriate technology and local resources, these are all dealt in the third unit. So vulnerabilities, we already know what is vulnerability. We have discussed in the previous unit itself. So vulnerabilities are the like when you say people who are likely to be affected by the crisis situation or the disaster. So we classify this vulnerability into 4 categories: physical vulnerability, social vulnerability, economic vulnerability, and attitudinal vulnerability. Physical vulnerability tells about the closeness, or how the location where people are staying, whether the infrastructure that they have built in is strong and sound, whether they are able to get communication regarding the disaster, all have to be checked. Second one is social vulnerability. It's about social interaction and community organization. The third one is entrepreneurship or savings, earnings, employability skills. People who are well-to-do or are blessed with good, with proper money, if they have enough money to save from the disaster. So economically vulnerable people are people who are not able to cope up with the disaster due to the lack of funds or resources, money mainly. When you talk about attitudinal vulnerability, it tells you about the reluctance on the part of the people to accept change. So human beings, they don't welcome change, they resist change. So when it comes to people, they have to accept the governmental suggestions or relocating or changing to a newer area or changing the approach towards their job or changing their job, all these things. So people have to have the aptitude of welcoming the changes that are to be seen or to be followed. So initially we'll talk about dams construction and embankments. So dams are constructed with an idea of saving, water. When we save water, that water can be used for irrigation purposes for later, or it can be supply drinking water for a lot of people. And the dams water that are saved can be used to generate hydroelectric power. Dams can save the water which is saved in the dams can be used for tourism as well, because it becomes a spot it becomes a spot of tourist attraction where people thrive there. They come there and they just spend their time with their family. They go for boating and economy. It helps economically as well. So such are the benefits of having a dam. So when we build a dam, so constructing a dam involves destruction of so many forests. So many trees are cut down. So especially the population, the tribal population who are living in this area will have to relocate, or they have to be reskilled, which is really difficult from their part to learn new skills. So there are dams. Maharashtra tops number of dams with 2069 dams that are completed. 285 dams are under construction. So they benefit the net irrigation land of 19%. Similarly, each and every states have so many dams built there, and too many dams are being built with an idea of saving water and using it for other purposes. So when we have these dams built, we have to be cautious that the dams are built very sound. They have to be built properly with a very good, physical, to withstand a lot of amount of water, and for a test they have to withstand the test of time, and also, in case there is any failure of dam, that can give rise to a lot of casualties. So it is said that there are many dam failures that have happened in the past that have ended up claiming thousands of lives, because of sometimes it has been the human fault of not maintaining the dams. Sometimes it has been due to natural reasons, or because of natural disasters such as landslides and earthquakes have resulted that they have caused the dam failures. So dams have the main cause of the following points have been identified as the main cause of the dam failure. So one is substandard construction materials or techniques. So spillway design error. There have to be proper space for the water to drain off in case the excess water is there beyond if the dam gets filled beyond the capacity. So geological instability caused by changes to water levels during filling or poor surveying. Sliding of a mountain into the reservoir, this happens. Poor maintenance, especially of the outlet pipes, is there. Extreme inflows, human computer design error can be the reason. Internal erosion or piping, especially in the earthen dams. Earthquakes also become one of the main reasons for dam failure. So dam failure, when a dam fails, the water that is released out of the dam, it acts as a tsunami with such force, and such huge amount of water will totally wash away the population which is staying near the dam or the dam area. So in the past there have been cases of dam failures which have washed away hundreds and thousands of houses have been totally destroyed because of this dam failure, and thousands of people have lost their lives because of this. So we have to be very cautious when we are building a dam. We have to have in mind that it has to be a sound structure.